when I married Tim and he had said that he wanted the kids to go to Grandville Christian, yeah, I mean, I kind of was like, what? You know, I just always assumed our kids would go to public school. I don't know, I just never really gave it really a thought. And then, yeah, and then when he said that, so we did it with Madeline in kindergarten, and then Eli came right after her. And I think I'm almost more of an advocate for it now than he is.
The biggest thing for me was that I love that our kids are being taught our values. So we don't have to be at the dinner table trying to unwind what they learned in school. And you know, for the last 5 years, it's just been such a nice synergy between, you know, what they're learning in school, we're teaching them at home, and what they're learning at church.
So there are some people that think that if you send your kids to a Christian school, you're somehow sheltering them, right? They're not in the real world. But my wife and I look at it exactly the opposite of that. What's being taught here at Grandville Christian is reality, and that's that God is real, that God's our creator and our sustainer, that he sent Christ to die for our sins. That's reality. And certainly teaching then every subject with that perspective is more real than what's being taught by society outside these walls. So that's one of the reasons that Christian schools are so important, because it is reality, the things that are being taught here.
You know, it's been great. We've had great experience with the teachers. You know, they are constantly in contact with us. If I have any questions or anything regarding, you know, I always have no problem. I don't, you know, hesitate to call or ask, or, and you know, they love our kids, and you can tell that.
Yeah, you can tell, and we'll get like emails just periodically. Hey, you know, Eli did this in class today, and I really, you know, was touched by that. Whether they're discussing, you know, the Bible and how God influences their lives. I mean, we've gotten emails regarding our kids in that aspect, and it's just been neat, just close. You feel part of the community. You don't feel like just a number.
What's unique about Grandville Christian is how everybody has a sense of community and really feels at home here. Can't tell you how many times I've just called on a first name basis, and so people really know who you are, and they have a genuine interest in everyone that walks through the door.
What has impressed me about the staff and the teachers is how well they know our kids. I remember when we were at our first conference, I was so impressed that she prayed before the conference and seemed to know our child just as good as we did. And I could see that she really, truly cared.
And even at conferences, you know, we'll sit down and then they'll say, I mean, conferences are what, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks maybe after school starts, and to have to sit across from that and only having them in their class for 6 to 8 weeks and them, you know, tell me what my child is like and have that, my reality too is...
Yeah. We're always like, yep.
Yep, yeah, that's right, that's who he is, and that's who she is, and yep.
So I remember when we were, my oldest son, when it was time to send him to school, we began looking at the different school options in the area, and the one thing that I was not going to do was skimp on the quality of the education. So we were looking at Christian schools, but I wanted to make sure that the education was top-notch. And now I can say that looking back, that it was a great decision. My oldest son is 17, and he'll be graduating soon from Calvin Christian High School. I've got 2 sons at Calvin Christian in the middle school, and then I have a son here yet at Grandville Christian. And I can tell you that the quality of education throughout that entire Christian school continuum has been fantastic. I mean, top-notch. We couldn't have asked for anything more.
There's just have been, I don't know, many things where I leave here thinking we are getting a bargain. This is a bargain, what we pay, and it is. I mean, it is a struggle. We have 4 kids in Christian Ed. We have 6 kids altogether. The last 2 are coming up next year, and you know, I mean, we do make sacrifices in order for all of them to come, but it's definitely worth every penny.
Yeah, we never look back and think, oh, God, what could have we done with that money? That really doesn't even cross our mind.
No.
it's something we're both on board with, and we love it here, and
Yeah.
our kids love it here. So
Yeah, and we've never had buyer's remorse about this at all.
Well, once you make the commitment, what we did is we took a look at our budget, and I was actually amazed at how easy it was to cut out and save money every month. And it's a good exercise, and it was enlightening. And those savings over each month really builds up over the course of a year. And so for us, it's been doable.
I also think the reward is so great that it causes you to really reflect on what's important and makes you think, what's the most important thing in our family's budget, and that is Christian education.
We go to church to get fed, and I feel like our kids are coming here to get fed. They are fed daily, and that part of it, for sure, is a big reason why we send them here. For them to know it's not, faith just isn't a Sunday thing or something they see at home, but it's every day. It's in all of their decisions.
I guess what sums it all up for me is just knowing that while your kids are at school, that God is at work.